phone as well. Gaming is not an application we have today on the mobile platform, but we have lots of partners who are working with Microsoft Technologies to make gaming available through service providers to the masses. So there's huge growth in that area as well.
Fancy watching live interactive TV on the go? Well, when we return, we'll check out some live programming for your mobile handset. So don't go anywhere.
Talk to me.
Well, it's really nice to ogle at products of the future, but what I'd really like is to get my hands on something today. And speaking of new products, I'm going to have a look at my all-time favorite, the mobile phones. Technology dressed in high fashion. When it comes to being mobile, it seems that Asians still put a premium on looking good.
We're bringing design into the mass market. It's just like I said that the W375, we're introducing the Razer design language into the mass market where that design was really more targeted for mid-tier and high-end products. It's no longer the case. As well as in terms of colors, we're bringing different colors into the mass market. You will see green colors, you will see red colors, you will see pink colors, you will see orange colors. It's all about personalization.
Look around the booths and you'll see a distinct trend. Sleek, slim, and simplicity. They are very much still in fashion. Samsung, for instance, said its star product in this year's show is the ultra-slim mobile phone range.
This ultra version will be applied to all different form factor of a mobile phone. The candy bar and clamshell and slide up. So it could be very outstanding to see because different type of ultra slim the version with the different form factors. So I think it will lead the trend in the second half of this year in the mobile phone market.
Its Korean competitor, LG Electronics, is also hawking design, rolling out more models under its chocolate phone range. But there are phones that come with both function and fashion. Like this LG mobile phone that has a 5-megapixel camera. It is almost as good as a full-function digital camera in the market today.
Digital camera function like autofocus, manual focus as well, and auto white balance or rear strobe flash. I heard that there is a 10-megapixel phone, but KG920 is the world's slimmest GSM 5-megapixel phone.
Well, not all consumers want fancy features, though. According to a study conducted by Nokia, which involved 42,000 interviews across 16 countries over a span of 6 months, a large number of users are looking for basic, affordable mobile devices, just to talk.
You have the people who are looking for the new technology and really early adopters of technology, but you have just as well, you have the kind of a majority of the people who just want the new technology to help make their lives easier rather than more complex.
So at this year's Nokia Connections, held annually during the Communic Asia Week, Nokia didn't wow the crowd with high-end complicated devices, offering instead more of the mid-range basic features.
There's two trends that are coming across. One is that there's a segment of users which want technology products, meaning they want the latest and greatest technology products. And in product terms, what that means, what's coming out, you can see these 3G products, for example, what we launched in the showcase here. Then the second thing that users in Asia really want, it's about style. They want to, if I put it in layman's terms, they want to show off. So the product needs to be featured and it needs to be designed in such a way that it can be showed off to my colleagues or my peers.
Still, visit the booths of the major mobile phone players and there's one technology that you wouldn't miss: broadcasting on the handset. Yep, DVB-H, or digital video broadcasting on the handheld, is here, making its presence felt in a big way in this year's Broadcast Asia.
Typically, the trend, as we see in the observation, that people are wanting more and more on the move, and the devices need to be converged, and that is happening now in a single mobile device. And so we are delivering the experiences It could be video, it could be radio, and it could be imaging and browsing and all that.
But don't we already have TV on our 3G phones? Well, yes, but broadcast TV is different because it allows users to browse through a stream of channels, between 30 to 50 in fact, and it also offers interactivity.
So take, for example, the World Cup event that's happening right now. Individuals could actually turn on their devices on the phone, and then they consume the content. Imagine there's also interactivity such as predicting the scores that happens, right? So you can straight away click, and then you get a vote done.
Nokia said it has already conducted quite a number of pilots in Asia, and the response has been encouraging.
So platform is ready. It's a matter of working through the markets, through the stakeholders, for them to create the sustainable ecosystem. And that will carry things in a bigger way forward for the region.
Mobile phones offered by Nokia or Sony Ericsson may support mobile TV, but they're still likely to be fairly pricey, aimed at the serious early adopters. But it need not be so. Singapore-based company Innoxious has developed a dongle that lets PDAs running Windows Mobile 5.0 to enjoy the same service on their devices.
It is essentially a DVB-H tuner. You don't need to get a new device. You use your existing PDAs. You plug in this DVB-H tuner, and you can start receiving mobile television transmission from base station, which means where the content is already encoded for DVB-H. They need to have a transmission on site in the area that they need to transmit. So we have a mini base station for such purpose.
But while it's essentially TV on the move, it also opens up the window for other applications to be pushed to the handset.
Let's say I go into a shopping mall that has a DVB-H broadcast. Once I go inside, I can check on the online directory that's being broadcasted. I can see which stores have a promotion for me, which are the product that I'm looking for, and also I can watch some of the promotional clip that's being offered by the retailers.
Ah, yes. TV on your mobile phones. Anytime, anywhere. I wonder, what will they think of next? Well, DVB-H is still in trial, but there is a similar technology implemented in Korea today. We'll have a look at that when we return.
Talk to me.
Imagine being able to watch your favorite TV drama on your mobile phone wherever you may be. Well, some people need not imagine, they actually get to enjoy it for real. Personal mobile TV is the new it word. It's already taken Korea by storm, and I'm going to check out how it works. While many countries are still running trials on their mobile TV platforms, South Koreans are already enjoying the service for about a year now. The service is supported by the Digital Multimedia Broadcasting, or DMB platform, not unlike DVB-H system that are being tested in this part of the world. I visited the Korean Broadcasting Commission booth at Broadcast Asia to hear about their experience with this much-talked-about technology.
Any Korean can watch live TV on their cell phones, their laptops, any device that has a mobile technology. For example, you know, the World Cup 2006 is currently in Germany. We can watch all the matches live on TV with the mobile device that you have.
The marriage of broadcast and telecommunication technology certainly has millions of people in Korea glued to their mobile phones. Digital multimedia broadcasting, what is it and why is it so special?
It's an up-and-coming technology that is really popular among the youngsters because, I mean, it's every youngster wants to take it around and show it to their friends. So it's very popular in Korea. A more practical approach may be that it can give you useful information on the traffic conditions and weather and immediate news, like that, things like that.
What's the cost involved? If I'm a young kid, I want to watch my TV when I'm traveling, how much will it cost me?
Right, for terrestrial DMB, it's free of charge. So anyone who has the receiver with the technology can use it anywhere they want. For satellite DMB, we have more channels for satellite. So it's a subscription-based service, which for $15 a month, you can have the service.
Wow, just think of that. 12 video channels and 26 audio channels for a small fee on your mobile phone. I can't wait for mobile TV to get here. Well, there's lots of interesting new broadcast technologies on showcase here, especially for someone like me who works in the media industry. Well, now it's time for me to see what else is happening around here. Triple play sounds interesting. What is it all about?
It's playing exactly the same game, one of our favorite we're playing TV games, on your TV set, on your mobile phone, or on your PC.
All right, so if you can play it on your computer, your phone, and TV, what does this mean?
Well, it means that you're going to have your game on your TV set, and then you're interrupted, you have to go to work. You pick it up on your computer, and you continue playing in the subway.
On your way to work.
Bus, on the way to work, at exactly the same level. So if a game has 20 levels, and you stopped at level 15 here, you can continue at level 15 on your cell phone.
So the very same spot where you stopped.
The very same spot where you stopped, which is unique.
There really is something for everyone, and if you're a parent looking for some fun activities to do with your baby, then you can subscribe to Baby TV. It is designed by child psychiatrists, a dedicated TV channel just for your baby. And there's no commercials, so that means it's healthy. And just like regular TV, this interactive TV channel even has programming late at night. On those nights, you can't put your baby to sleep. Well, babies grow up on Baby TV. Many of us grew up with Star Wars movies. So you must have heard of Lucasfilm. They're here too, participating for the first time in Broadcast Asia. Aspiring digital artists should drop by their booth because I heard they're on a recruitment drive for talented individuals to work on their television shows and feature films.
For us, Broadcast Asia is a great opportunity to have a lot of talent come in from all over the place and be in one place. What we were looking for is to find a new artistic influence to basically give the TV show in particular, and also the feature film that we're going to do, a new look, a fresh look, something that hasn't been seen as far as the TV show goes, hasn't been seen on the TV screen before, and we're so far getting some of the results exactly what we were looking for. So it's a great crew from many, many different countries. We have close to 70 people now from 25 different countries.
Lucasfilm Singapore is interested in artists and technicians for the animation or games, plus individuals who can work in research and development. Who knows, a visit to Broadcast Asia may land you a job. My feet are so sore after all that walking, but I must say it's well worth the trip. I learned so much. There's so many new things here at Communication and Broadcast Asia, so I hope you did enjoy yourself. If you want to learn more, you can always log on to channelnewsasia.com/that'sit and read my blog. That's it for now. I'm Timothy Go. I'll see you next week.
Channel News Asia, a network of...
Talk to me. If you feel the need or when you need the feeling, talk to me. If you feel the need or when you need the feeling, talk to me.
Hello everyone, I'm Timothy Go. Thanks for joining me again here on That's IT. Now, have you ever thought about the time you spend online in the virtual world? It's no longer just about surfing the website or the occasional email. We now shop. We do instant messaging, we write blogs, we build wikis. Web life has transformed our culture, and instant access continues to transform the way we live. They talked about transporting instant messaging to the corporate world. They talked about a new generation of online search. And they talked about the growth of blogs and wikis. At the recent IX 2006 conference, industry players and tech experts talked and talked, trying to shed light on an issue that many are curious about. What is the future of the internet?
I think what's next is what we refer to as social media. Encourage more participation from the users. There's a whole new crop of people coming up on the web. Even though it's enjoyed huge growth over the last 10 years, I think the next 10 years are going to help everyone get on the web. In developing countries and markets where access has been hard, we see this all over Asia right now. People are getting online and just coming to know about these services.
The internet may run on a network of computers, but the important development seems to be less about the technologies and more about the people that use them.
The next several billion people who will have access to the internet, to personal computing, and to mobile phones won't be the elite top part of the economic spectrum, but rather the bottom part of the economic spectrum.
Howard Rheingold is a longtime observer of tech trends, widely credited for coining the term virtual community. But these days, Rheingold is advocating a new idea, the power of mobile many.
The internet built on the personal computer. Now we have 3 billion mobile telephones in the world. And increasingly, those telephones have computing power and are linked to the internet. So I believe that we are now seeing the beginning of a new medium that combines the telephone, the computer, and the internet.
Two of the technologies that have changed my life in the past decade are the internet and the mobile phone, and they're now coming together. Mobile internet is here, and boy, are we in for a wild ride. Just think about it. You can now browse the web and do email on your cell phone quite easily. Soon, the mobile platform will be robust enough for everyone to do instant messaging, to shop, and to blog on the go.
For one thing, community is becoming untethered from the desktop. So you can carry your telephone around, and with mobile social software, you'll be able to carry your buddy list with you. You'll be able to find out which of your friends are available and where they are. And I think that will be a dramatic change, because after all, most people spend most of their lives not at a desktop in front of a computer, but walking around. And we carry our telephones with us into all parts of the world and all parts of our lives.
So what's the future of the internet? Well, Yahoo wants to make it into an open, democratic virtual space where anyone, even those not savvy in the web language, can have a say.
We've created a platform called Yahoo Answers, where normal people can ask other normal people questions. So I can go into Yahoo Answers and ask a question like, where can I get a good plumber at a reasonable price in Singapore? And then other people who have direct experience can answer that question. And so it's an incredible opportunity for a company like Yahoo that has such a large user base. We literally have 500 million people in the planet come to Yahoo every month. So if we can take advantage of that liquidity, that marketplace of knowledge, we can help people get answers to their questions in a way that no one else can.
Another hot application that will play an important role in the future of the net is instant messaging. It started as a fun way to chat on the net with family and friends. But instant messaging has now moved into the enterprise.
Some of the recent polls that we've looked at state that over 50% of all enterprise employees, whatever that means, use instant messaging at work. What the polls haven't told us is how many of those employees are using it in a sanctioned fashion, or how many of the employees do it because they want to and they're doing it against the wishes of their bosses. But the numbers are getting really large. 70% of people in the world on the internet today are using instant messaging in some form or another. And if 50% of everybody that's employed is using instant messaging at work, then it becomes a problem that's so big that if left unchecked, it is a problem.
Instant messaging can be an efficient communication tool in the workplace if managed well. The trick is to try to balance what's social and what's official when employees chat online.
There are ways to regulate it from a technical standpoint that involve monitoring the instant messages, watching who people are talking to, similar to the way that some companies choose to archive and monitor their emails. You'll see a lot of official communication coming out of a company with some sort of a footer on the bottom of an email that says, you know, this is important from so-and-so, please don't send it to someone else. And that kind of thing can be possible with instant messaging too. And that kind of is like a cold splash of water in the face. If you are talking to a friend and they say, hey man, what's up? And by the way, blah, scary disclaimer at the end, then obviously you're going to be, maybe even your friend will calm down a bit and not speak to you about the baseball game.
It is one of the fastest growth vehicles on the net, with over 4 million articles in 100 languages. Welcome to the world of the wiki.
The word actually comes from a Hawaiian word which means quick, and the idea of this is that it's a very quick way of editing a website. So a wiki is simply an editable website, one that anyone can come to and just start adding content straight away. And one major difference between wikis and blogs is that wikis are collaborative. Blogs are quite often an individual voice or a small group of people getting together to write a blog, whereas on a wiki everyone's working together to create one page or a set of pages.
You've probably heard of Wikipedia. It's the 17th most popular website that's growing rapidly with voluntary contribution from net users. But I wonder, how would they ensure that its contents are accurate?
We can't completely guarantee it, so we do say that if it's important that it needs to be reliable information to you, then you should check it out with other sources. But basically the way it works is the community, which is tens of thousands of people all over the world volunteering, they're checking the articles all the time and checking the new edits as they come in.
Information for the net users by the net users. The greatest power of the net, I'd say, is its social network that let us stay in touch with our friends and make friends with strangers among us. But like other parts of the digital world, it does have a dark side.
All of the search engines struggle with the ability for us to separate the good content from the bad content. Basically, as soon as we figure out how to squeeze them out, they try something else and get back in there.
I think no powerful technology comes without its costs. It's just that the benefits are readily and easily visible, but the costs and the destructive side only comes later. I think we need to think about what this might cost sooner rather than later.
That's certainly something to think about. Coming up, we'll have a look at an internet technology that revolutionized the way we communicate and make phone calls. We'll be back. Mention voice over IP and what immediately comes to mind? Making cheap phone calls on our PC. But VoIP is more than just that. It is going multimedia and it is moving to cellular technology, meaning cheaper phone calls for everyone. But what is the future for this telephony service and what are the implications for you and I? It is not difficult to see why VoIP has gained such a big following in a short span of time. After all, it is the technology that offers unprecedented phone rates for net users.
Well, first, people believe that voice over IP means talking to your computer, and many people are very reluctant to do that. Actually, what voice over IP really means is voice is carried over the internet. The consumer doesn't need to worry about the underlying technology. They make calls like they've always made calls, and everybody can use it. But it does mean the death of distance. This means that calling California is no different than calling across town, in the same way that going to a website in California is no different than going to a website in Singapore.
It's great to talk, especially if you don't have to worry about your phone bills. It is estimated that residential VoIP subscribers will hit 200 million by 2010. And some say we don't need our traditional phone lines anymore.
Today, all you need is the VoIP service. And the way it works is that the VoIP provider sends you a little device that you use in your home, and you connect it to the modem, and it's only about as big as 2 packs of cards. And you just plug your telephone into this device, which then plugs into your modem, and your telephone calls, local and international, are all made over your broadband service, the same service that you use to access the internet. And so you can cut, you can disconnect your local telephone service. You don't need it anymore.
But there's still some real concerns about depending solely on voice-over IP platform.
The two things that are really important to consumers are, I don't want to change my telephone number. All these people know what my telephone number is, and so I want to have the same telephone number. The second thing that's really important to people that we often don't think about is that if there's an emergency, I need a reliable service. If somebody's breaking into my house or somebody's ill and I've got to call the ambulance, I've got to pick that phone up and I've got to get dial tone and I've got to be able to call the emergency centre. So how reliable are these VoIP services?
Despite the fears, many home users and small and medium-sized businesses are going the VoIP way.
Actually, about a third of our Skype users are small businesses who find Skype to be a terrific tool for staying in touch with business associates as well as vendors and customers very cost effectively.
Making phone calls have certainly improved over the years. If you're using Skype, for instance, you're not only able to make voice calls, you can also do video conferencing, send SMS to mobile phones, and have conversations with many people at the same time.
And that's way better than doing just a regular phone call.
Well, we actually just released Skype 2.5, which was announced in May, and there are some terrific new capabilities in that. First of all, it's much easier to get started making phone calls. From the time you download to the time you're making your first call is about 3 minutes. We also now are allowing Skype users to send SMS messages from Skype to any mobile phone. But a very exciting development is something that we call Skypecast, that allows groups of people to gather in a conversation about something that they share as a mutual interest. It's a moderated